A very good evening to all of you. Good evening, Radhika. Good evening, Amber. Hi, Aisha. How are you all? Hope you are safe from winters. I'm wearing coat because I'm feeling too cold today. Hello, everyone. Amber has gone into a thought process, huh? Gone into a loop, thinking more and more and more. Have you guys been able to do the exercise? Hi, Shweta. How are you? Well, 2 out of 4, 4 participants, 2 likes. Go ahead and like the video. Well, tell me what other topics, like we have already covered tenses, we have covered those determiners, models. So what is the next topic that you want to go with? If you guys find any particular topic difficult, do let me know. Thank you, Amber. Good to know you are fine, Shweta. Okay, prepositions. That's quite a confusing topic, especially when you are faced with choices like in or into, or maybe inside, on, upon. Okay, that's interesting topic. What else? Aisha, Radha, any other topic that you find difficult? Okay, Aisha wants to learn about active and passive voice and direct indirect speech. Okay. Well, the next topic on in this session would be prepositions after tenses and thereafter voice. Reported speech will not be possible in this course. Shall we begin with the exercise? The very first sentence, Professor Dash take test on Sunday. What shall it be? What's the answer to the first one? Professor will take test on Monday. Okay. In case if I choose to write will be, what changes I'll have to make in the sentence? Can someone tell me? Professor will take class on Monday. That's correct. But if I have to choose will be, if I choose to write will be, what other changes do I need to make in the sentence? Can someone tell me? Well, Shweta says that you will have to change take to taking. That's correct. Okay, Amber, I should wait for other students. I have already sent the message to the students, I think. Did you get the message to connect, or did you connect? You connected without receiving message? Hmm? Well, I can see only 5 out of 7 request all the students to kindly like the video. I'm sending the message again. Thank you, Amber. I hope that compliment is for me. Esha says Arturo is bringing a surprise for you which will make you scream in joy. Okay, is going to bring a surprise for you which is going to make you scream in joy. That's absolutely correct. Good evening, Karthik. Good to see you here. Good evening, Atish. Atish is saying he will borrow money from you. He is answering the third one. He will borrow money from you. That's a correct answer. Asha says Arturo is bringing a surprise for you, which will make you okay. Sorry, you get the message. Amber says, okay. Shweta is saying Arturo is bringing surprise for which you are going to, which is going to for you, which is going to. I think something is missing. Arturo is bringing surprise for you, which will make you scream in joy. Which is going to make you scream in joy. Is going to is more appropriate in this case. Can you send me answers for the fourth statement? Ria dash her colleague tomorrow. And the word is meet. Write it in future indefinite tense. He will borrow money from you. That's correct, Shweta. He will borrow money from you. Amber, I would appreciate if you write the whole sentence or at least give me question number along with the answer. I cannot understand what answer, which question are you answering? Asha says will meet. Ria will meet her colleague tomorrow. That's correct. Ria will meet her colleague tomorrow. It's not MEAT, it is MEET. Karthik says Ria will meet. Absolutely correct. Shweta also correct. All right, move on to question number 5. The teacher dash all the children to the zoo. And the word is take. The teacher dash all the children to the zoo. The word is take. Fifth one. The teacher will be taking all the children to the zoo. That's correct, Isha. If we have to fill up with future continuous tense, we should write will be taking. However, the question is asking you to fill it up with indefinite tense. Okay, Radha says will be taking. Okay, will be taking correct for future continuous. If you have to fill it with future indefinite, what will you write? Will take. That's correct. The teacher will take all the children to the zoo. Moving on to question number 6. Mother dash the child admitted in nursery school. And the word you have is get. 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 Mother dash the child admitted in nursery school. Okay, Atish is saying mother will get the child admitted to nursery school. In nursery school. Okay, Karthik, it's buffering. I don't know. On my screen it's showing clear. Okay, Amber is also giving me will get. Radha says will get. Well, all of you are correct. Mother will get the child admitted in nursery school. You're not going to reply to that email. All right, before you start answering the second type, I'm going to type the question in chat box and thereafter you can write the answers. So first question, transform the following sentences in future tense negative. So identify whether it is indefinite, continuous, perfect or perfect continuous, and accordingly you have to transform that sentence into negative of the same future tense. So you are going to reply to that email. Isha, please make sure that are going is continuous tense, so you transform the sentence into future continuous tense negative. Transform the sentence into future continuous tense negative, please. No, Amber, neither Karthik nor Amber. Abhas is saying you will not. You have to change are going to will not. Abhas going nahi aayega. Going to will not be there. You will not be going to. No. No, Radha. No, Shweta. Sorry, none of you. Transform the sentence in by using will plus ing form. Sorry. You are going to. You are not going to will make it present continuous tense. Use will not. Will not plus V4. कौन सा V4 यूज होगा? Do you think you will have to change going to? Going की जगह reply को change करेंगे हम? Um, it should be you will not be replying to that email. The correct answer would be you will not be replying to that email. Okay, we'll have to remove going to. So you will not be replying to that email. Here we have question number 2. Yes, Kanishta, that's correct. Coming up with question number 2. Grace will be joining you after her class is over. That's correct, Atik. She will not be replying to that email. Kindly transform the second sentence. Grace will be joining you after her class is over. That's correct, Shweta. You will not be replying to that email. Asha says Grace will not be joining you after her class is over. Pranil, good evening. Same answer. Kanishta says Grace will not be joining you after her class is over. Karthik also says the same thing. Grace won't be joining. Karthik won't be joining ing. It is future continuous tense negative. Good evening, Pranil. Well, Radha, that's correct. Grace will not be joining you after this class is over. Well, coming up with question number 3. The lawyer will have found evidence to prove you guilty. Grace won't be joining you after her class is over. That's correct, Atish. Let's move on to question number 3. The lawyer will have found evidence to prove you guilty. Shweta, you are also correct. Send me answer to question number 3. Send the transformation. Will have found. Kanishta, make sure that you are using future perfect tense in negative. Look at the structure that I have shared yesterday. The lawyer will not have founding. No, Karthik. We are not talking about future perfect continuous. We are talking about future perfect. Future perfect in negative. Well, Karthik says the lawyer will not have founding. That's not correct. Radha says the lawyer will not be finding. No. The Shweta says lawyer is missing perhaps. Lawyer will not have found evidence to prove you guilty. With typo errors correct. The lawyer will not have found evidence to prove you guilty. Now you guys are coming up with the correct answer. Shweta, Atish, both of you are correct. He will not have been selling you this book. Isha, you skipped one question. You didn't answer the third one. Nikunj, good evening. Good to see you here. The lawyers would not have found evidence. Will not have found evidence to prove you guilty. Will not have is the correct answer. Alright, coming up with question number 4. He will have been selling this book after 3 months. So tell me what's the answer to this one? He will have been selling this book after 3 months. Well, Abhas, that's correct. The lawyer will not have found evidence. Pranil is also saying the same thing. The lawyer will not have found evidence to prove you guilty. Well, Nikun, she will not have been selling this book after 3 months. Absolutely correct. Hi, Aisha. Please send me the answer to question number 4. He will have been selling this book after 3 months. All right. He will not have been selling this book after 3 months. That's correct. प्रत्यक्ष तुम्हें वो बुक खरीदनी है of course very shortly will start selling the books also. He will not have been selling this book after 3 months. That's correct. Radha says he will not have been selling this book after 3 months. Absolutely correct. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Hi, ABC. Is that your name? Abhas says he will not have been selling this book after 3 months. Correct. Moving on to question number 5 now. You will lie about sneaking out. Okay. Well, transform this sentence into future tense negative. Well, ABC, can you transform this about? The news about your admission to Harvard will exhilarate you. So all you have to do is transform this statement into interrogative statement. Fine. Frame a question with this. The news about your admission to Harvard will exhilarate you. Transform the sentence into interrogative. Pranil, if you have got the question in chat, can you just send me the answer? You will not lie about sneaking out. That's correct, Karthik. Shweta says, will the news about your admission to Harvard exhilarate you? Well, that's quite interesting. What's the meaning of the word exhilarate? Okay, Abhas says you will not lie about sneaking out. That's correct. Here comes the next question for you. Our podcast will reach 1,000 Am I audible now? Thank you, Pranil. Well, let's move on to the next question. Will these army men be trained? Will these army men be training to live a hard life for the next 3 months? That's correct. Thank you, Pranil. Thank you, Nikunj. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you, Atish. Thank you for telling me that I'm audible. So let's move on to the next question. And here we are coming up with question number 4, which is children will have been revising thoroughly for the examination in February. So how do you transform this sentence into interrogative? Transform the sentence into interrogative. Children will have been revising thoroughly for the examination in February. Will children have been revising thoroughly for the examination in Feb? That's correct. Shweta has given me the answer very fast. Others also quickly copy the statement, make the required changes and send me the answers. Quickly copy the statement, make the required changes and send me the answers. Will children have been revising thoroughly for the examination in Feb? That's absolutely correct, Pranil. Will the children have been revising thoroughly? Well, that's good one, Atish, Radhika. You too. Will children have been revising? That's correct. All right, guys, moving on to question number 5 now. Good evening, Arun. Good to see you here. Nikunj is sending, will children have been revising thoroughly for the examination? That's absolutely correct. And Arun says, will the children have been revising thoroughly? That's absolutely correct. Let's move on to question number 5 now. The race is going to begin in 5 minutes. Will the race be going to begin in 5 minutes? That's correct, Shweta. That was pretty fast. Okay, this is Karthik. All right, Karthik. Nikun says, will the race be going to begin in 5 minutes? That's correct. Kanishta, we are talking about future tense, so it has to be will the race, not is the race. Will the race be going to begin in 5 minutes? That's correct. Okay, Karthik, I understand this is your father's account and you have connected with your father's account. Okay, Radha says, will the race be going to begin? B-E-B, going to begin. We don't have is again in the sentence. All right, question number 6 coming up for you. You will have completed your graduation by year 2024. All right, guys, tell me. You will have completed your graduation by 2024. Atish says, will the race be going to begin in 5 minutes? That's correct. Will you have completed your graduation by the year 2024? That's correct. Will you have completed your graduation by 2024? That's correct. All right. Let's move on to the next transformation, which is about future tense affirmative. So that means you have to remove not or the negative words that make this sentence a negative one. So transform it into affirmative and tell me what will you do with this. He will not do his homework. Will you have completed your graduation by 2024? That's correct, Karthik. Can you transform the first sentence of D section in future tense affirmative? He he will do his homework. All right, Pranil also says the same thing, same for Nikunj. Well, guys, all of you are correct. He will do his homework. Will you have completed your graduation by the year 2024? That's correct, Radha. Okay, Atish says he will do his homework. That's absolutely correct. So let's move on to question number 2. That was fast and accurate. Question number 2. Mother will not be cooking today's dinner for the guests coming over. He will not do. Radha, you just copied the same sentence. It should be he will do his homework. That's correct, Shweta. Move on to question number 2. Mother will not be cooking today's dinner for the guests coming over. Transform this sentence into affirmative. Well, Pranil says mother will be cooking today's dinner. Atish also says the same thing. Mother will be cooking today's dinner. Same for Karthik. That's correct. Pranil, half up, half down. Okay, both are correct. Mother will be cooking. Nikunj, it should be mother will be cooking. Don't forget to add B. Okay, is this Kunal with Daddy 69? Well, Shweta says mother will be cooking today's dinner for coming over. That's correct. Oh, Isha, thank you so much. 253 subscribers. Thank you for telling me. Well, good to see you after a long time, Kunal. We are doing transformations in future tense. And here we are dinner for the guests coming over. And here we are. Okay. Well, let's move to question number 3 now. She won't have performed at the fest on Saturday. So transform this into affirmative. Thank you, Karthik. Thank you so much. Okay, it's buffering again. Shweta is giving me the answer. She will have performed at the fest on Saturday. She will have performed. That's correct. Shweta, Karthik. Atish, it should be she will have performed. Will have plus V3. Don't forget the structure. She will have performed the fest at the fest on Saturday. Yes, that's correct, Nikunj. She will have performed. Will have, not would have. Will have. She will have performed at the fest on Saturday. That's correct, Radha. Let's move on to question number 4, everyone, now. You don't have to explain anything to him. You don't have to explain anything to him. Transform this into future indefinite tense. Affirmative. Future indefinite tense, affirmative. Please transform this. You will have explained everything. You will have to explain anything to him. We will perform. He will have performed. Pranil, look at the question first. The question was, she won't have performed. So it should be, she will have performed. You will have to explain everything to him. That's the correct answer, Nikunj. You will have to explain everything to him, because when we use affirmative, we don't use the words like any or anything for that matter. So anything will change to everything, or maybe you can also use something for that. You will have to explain something, anything for that matter. So anything will change to everything, or maybe you can also use something for that. You will have to explain something to him, or you will have to explain everything to him. But Anything is not appropriate when we are framing and so much. There are 251 now, guys. Thank you so much. You will find the professor on the third floor of the second building in the chemistry lab. That's statement number 5. So let's move on to statement number 5. And here we have them. You will not find the professor on the third floor. So transform the sentence into affirmative. You will not find the professor on the third floor of the second building. Transform this into affirmative. Well, Radha, that's correct. You will find the professor. Kanishka also correct. All right, so let's move on to question number 6. Since you all have got this correct answer, you will find the professor on the third floor of the second building in the chemistry lab. Well, here comes question number 6 for you. You will have been living in this hostel for 4 years by the end of this year. So this is a future perfect continuous tense. Do I see the answer only here? It should have been, you will not have been living. So then you could change it. There's a typo error in the sentence. It should actually be you will not have been living in this hostel for 4 years by the end of this year. So transform the sentence into affirmative now. Okay, Karthik says you will have been living in this hostel for 4 years by the end of this year. Okay, Amber's will have, you will have been living, that's correct, Kanishta. Atish is also saying the same thing. You'll have been living in this hostel for 4 years by the end of this year. That's correct. All of you are correct. Well, guys, we'll be continuing with this exercise tomorrow. The E and F part, that's those 2 sections that are left. We'll be discussing those answers tomorrow. Okay. As for today, we'll be signing off for today. I hope all of you are clear about future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense, right? Since it has been buffering a lot, so we could not complete the exercise today. We'll do it tomorrow again, continue with that. And of course, we'll be continuing with prepositions. So all your friends, all your batchmates, classmates who are confused about in or into or inside or maybe on, upon, onto, over, above. So whatever confusions you have about prepositions, ask them to join the session tomorrow and we are going to discuss about prepositions. We'll start prepositions tomorrow. So good night everyone. See you. This is Smriti Asthana signing off. Good night. Thank you, Karthik. That all is clear to you. I'm so happy and to hear this. See you tomorrow at 9. Good night for today. Be safe. It's quite chilling, so have lots and lots of hot soup and enjoy your winters. Bye-bye. Good night.